Hi guys, a very good morning to all of you. And again I am here to teach you SST Standard 4, Chapter 12, it's lecture number 2. So please guys watch this lecture till last, do not skip the videos. And here we are talking about the medieval period, and it is the time by the end of 7th century, and it is just going to start 8th century CE. The central rule of Asia became very powerful, but on that time they attacked the wealth of Indian kingdoms. The Mahmud of Ghazni and Mahmud Ghori, they attacked the kingdoms in India and looted their riches, all the things. After that, in 1206 CE Common Era, Qutbuddin Aibak become the ruler of North India. They come and they ruled in that area, in the North India also. And Qutbuddin Aibak, they founded a new empire which is called Delhi Sultan. In Delhi they just ruled and they just called that empire the Delhi Sultan. He was followed some powerful rulers. Qutbuddin, he just follows Aibak, he just follows some powerful rulers like the Rajia Sultan, Balban and Alauddin Khilji. Next, when the Delhi Sultan declined, North India was divided into small kingdoms. After that, the Delhi Sultan, the Qutbuddin Aibak, they declined, they died. Then the North India, it was divided that it can become into a small kingdoms. Babur came to India in 1526 CE and defeated these kingdoms in battle, laying the foundation of Mughal ruler in India. After that, the Babur came to India in 1526 BCE. They defeated the kingdoms in battle and they laying the foundation, foundations of the Mughal ruler in India. Before that, Delhi Sultan is there. After that, they defeated the kingdoms in battle. They just laying his rules, the Mughal ruler in India. After Babur, his son Humayun became the Mughal emperor. After that, Babur, his son Humayun became the Mughal emperor. He was succeeded by his son Akbar in 1556 CE. After that, he became a very successful ruler by his son Akbar, because Akbar was very brave and intelligent king in 1556 CE. Akbar was the greatest Mughal ruler. He was very greatest Mughal ruler. He conquered a number of his kingdoms and brought the greater part of India under his control. Akbar, he was a very grateful ruler and he just conquered a number of kingdoms and he brought the greatest part of India under his control. Akbar in his control. In the small age, he just become a king of the big part of the India, and India also it is controlled in Akbar. After Akbar came Jahangir and then Shah Jahan. After Akbar, the Jahangir came, and Jahangir after the Shah Jahan came. Shah Jahan built the famous monument. You know that Shah Jahan has built the famous monument like the Taj Mahal at Agra. He was succeeded by his son Aurangzeb, and after that he built some many monuments is there like the Taj Mahal at Agra. After that he succeeded by his son Aurangzeb, the last important ruler of the Mughal dynasty. Aurangzeb, he was the last Mughal ruler of the Mughal dynasty. Mughal dynasty means the ruler of belongings of the same country. From the Mughal rulers, Aurangzeb was the last ruler, important ruler of the Mughal family. First, the Babur came. After Babur, the Humayun came. Humayun after the Akbar. Akbar after the Jahangir. Jahangir after the Shah Jahan. And Shah Jahan after Aurangzeb. And he was the last ruler of the Mughal family who ruled all the part of the country, means take the control of the part of country India. The ruler who came after Aurangzeb called the latter Mughals, lost their power gradually. After that the Aurangzeb, he just lose the power of the Mughal rulers because his family of the ruler died. So that's why he was the last Mughal ruler. Around this time in the 18th century CE, other rulers such as Rajputs, the Marathas, the Sikhs and the state of Mysore become powerful. After that, around in 18th century CE, the other rulers like the Rajputs, the Marathas, the Sikhs and the state of the Mysore, they become much powerful in 18th century CE Common Era. Next now we are talking about the modern period. During the Mughal period, European trading companies had started come to India. During the Mughal period, the European trades, means they just sell and buying the trades, companies they had started in India. The decline of the Mughal ruler helped these companies to become more powerful. In fact, the European they declined the Mughal rulers because it helps to the companies to become the more powerful of the Europeans. They started fighting against each other to gain more power. After that, they started the fight with each other so that they can explore their companies in a large part of country. The French, the Portuguese and the Dutch were all finally defeated by the British. After that, the French, the Portuguese and the Dutch, they were finally defeated, killed by the British. Then in 1957 CE, the British defeated the Nawab, ruler of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah, and become the ruler of Bengal. After that, the British become very powerful and they killed the Nawab of Bengal. Nawab means the ruler of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah, and they become the rulers of the Bengal also. The British who had to come to India as trade now gradually started taking part of administration of the country. And then after the British who just came to India only as trades, now it becomes and it started to taking the part in administration of the countries. They soon brought almost the whole India under their control. After that, the British, very soon, they just brought all the country part in their control. The British brought new ideas to our country. They built roads and railway lines. However, the British also exploited the people of India, which made them very unhappy. After that, the British, they brought the new ideas in our country. They make the roads, they make the buildings. After that, the British, they exploited, means they just treated people of the country in very badly to get what they want, like the food of the country they want. And after that, the people of the India, they become very unhappy with the British behavior. In 1857, there was a great revolt against the British, but this revolt was crushed and Queen of England became the ruler of Indian Empire. After that, in 1857, the great war is there against the British, but it was crushed, and after that the Queen of England became the ruler of Indian Empire. Many educated Indians formed political organization to free from India from British rule. Many more educated Indians are there, like Mahatma Gandhi, then many more is there, like Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So they fought, they make some organization to make the India free from the British rules. The Indian National Congress was an important organization that led the Indian freedom struggle. The one most important organization, the Indian National Organization, which lead a very important role organization to be free India from the British country, from the British struggle. Mahatma Gandhi was the most important leader of the freedom movement. Mahatma Gandhi was the very most popular leader who fight for the British to free from the country. He organized a number of movements to force the British to leave India. The Mahatma Gandhi, in fact, he organized many more number of movements to force the British so that they can go out of our country, India. He used peaceful methods to protest such as Satyagraha, which was based on the principle of truth and non-violence. In fact, the Mahatma Gandhi, he just used the method of very peaceful, not with fightful, like Satyagraha, so that Satyagraha is based on the truth and non-violence, so that the British, they can go out from our country. After a lot of struggle and loss of many lives, India finally became an independent country free from foreign rule on 15th August 1947. After the many struggle of the people of the Indian National Congress, of the some political people, educated people of the India, our country, and some losing of many lives and many more like popular leaders, after that the India become independence country, and it free from the foreigner rule, from the British, from the other countries on 15th August 1947. After that we are free from the British government, and that's why we are a very freedom, we have a very freedom country. Now your chapter is completed. I hope you guys have understood the chapter. Again I will back to teach you the next chapter. Till that, take care of yourself. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.